Hello, my name is Brian Mahan, and this will be my final key point speech for the Speaking in Public course. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to cover two topics. The main topic is Coursera and what I thought of the courses. And the introduction, I'm going to do a short elevator speech because it's something I've never done and I think it's a valuable thing to do, so I'm going to squeeze it in here. So, I'm Brian Mahan. I work for a company called Sage Consulting, and what we do is we provide management consulting advice, project management and systems analysis advice for financial services firms. I've been doing this for about 20 years now, and I've worked for the large players in the organization, Fidelity Investments, Putnam Investments, John Hancock, and some others. So I have 20 years of doing this. From an education perspective, I have multiple degrees. I think I'm up to about 5 now. I have degrees in economics, a master's in finance, and a master's in information management systems. So I think I'm reasonably qualified for what it is I do. And that was my key point speech. On to Coursera. Coursera has been a great experience for me. I didn't know there was that much good stuff out there on the online education scene. One of the reasons I took Coursera, in fact, the reason I went into it was because I took an exam called the PMT, the Project Management Professional, and that covered just about what you needed to know. But what I noticed with it was that it covered the hard skills, things such as budgeting, timelines, all the hard skills you need to know, certain kinds of software. But it was very weak on the soft skills side of management. And I'm thinking of leadership, communication, negotiation, motivating people. They didn't pretend to be teaching you that, but it's still a big skill. In fact, ultimately, it's the whole skill of being a serious manager. So I decided I'd look around for some courses to fill that gap. And first I spoke to people like eCornell, and they were offering courses, but they were looking for about, I think it was about like $8,000 or something. And I thought to myself, well, I'll keep looking around. And I found Coursera, and I got interested in their site, and the prices were so cheap. And so I shortlisted the courses, I came up with 14 courses that would be good to take, that would completely fill the gap. And so I did something pretty crazy, was I enrolled in all 14 of the classes, and instead of taking them sequentially, the way some of them are structured, I lined them all up in a row and took them simultaneously. So here I am, I'm taking 14 simultaneous classes. Actually 11, because I couldn't make the other 3 run concurrently. So right now I'm actually enrolled in 11 full courses. And I didn't know if it was even possible, but I worked my way through them, and now I've graduated out of, if graduation is the right word, out of 4 of them. I'll have another 4 complete in about an hour. So then the pressure's off. I'll submit this and 3 others today, and I'm more or less done. At least with the crazy hard work. I don't recommend taking 14 classes. It's going to keep you up at night. So I did that, and I'm very impressed with Coursera. Like I said, the quality of the offerings are great. I'd stack them up with any university. I mean, these are real universities, real professors, giving you the best stuff. And how much is it costing you? Basically nothing. I mean, looking at the price of one of my courses, it's $49 a month for however long you take to take the course. Well, I mean, you can barely get lunch for 2 for $49, at least in the US. So you can't deny the quality or the value. The flexibility of things is just fantastic. You can take your lecture when and if you feel like taking it. Even if I was student enrolled in an actual on-campus course, what would it take me? It would take me an hour to get out of the house and get to College Park, get to the lecture theatre, and an hour to get back. So we're looking at 3 hours investment there for a 1 hour lecture. Compare that to just sitting down in your living room with a cup of coffee. There's no comparison. And they're also very good for people who've done the college thing. I need the education now. I've done plenty of being on campus. I've done that, and I think Coursera is going to completely change the whole education scene. I should say online education, not just Coursera. But I think that the universities are here to stay, and I think they're a fantastic experience for any young person because of the personal growth aspect and the being on campus. There's an awful lot that people get out of college that's more than just straight up learning. So the colleges are here to stay, but now there's 2 ways of getting an education, 2 ways of getting a degree. And I think this thing's just going to keep progressing. And I think employers are going to become more and more accepting of it. Right now, I would say if you said that you had an online law degree, employers might look at you and say, well, maybe we don't quite like that. But I think now as time goes by, yeah, you'll see Harvard Law online at some point. It's just a matter of time now. And so, in conclusion, really, this has been a great experience for me, and I think it's so many benefits. I've learned a great deal of stuff, and I'm very pleased I took it. And I think Coursera is definitely here to stay. Thank you.